The camera pans across a once charming small town. A town full of life, neighborly, warm, and bustling during its jazz festival. But no more. Achter stands as a remnant of music long past. There are ribbons in the street, instruments covered in vines, vehicles reclaimed by nature. As the wind blows, the posters of Achter Music Fest rustle in the wind. The camera pans again. Once a bustling center of life, Achter Mall now stands as a fortress amidst the ruins of the world. The massive structure looms like a forgotten relic, its once vibrant exterior now chipped and faded, overtaken by the same creeping vines and graffiti. Cracked windows are boarded up with scavenged materials, plywood, metal sheets, and even cars parked against the entrances for extra protection. Inside, the mall feels like a city unto itself, but one stuck in a twisted reflection of what it once was. The skylights above are cracked, allowing beams of sunlight to filter through the broken glass, illuminating the dust and debris scattered across the floor. However, some sections are eerily preserved. The camera pans into one such area. Dr. Desmond Boucher, can you describe where you live?
So, I feel like Dr. Desmond would be probably he made a little home for himself inside of the motherboard metropolis, their version of Circuit City. Um, and you just see a whole bunch of like discarded electronics surrounding him. Looks like a bunch of broken RC vehicles, maybe some empty battery packs here and there. He's working on a bench, totally covered in like grease and stuff like that, and he is currently soldering some wires together.
And as you're soldering these wires together, a radio is flickering in time. Each time you're trying to touch those wires, you hear it. Hey, out there. Can you roll a tech?
I absolutely can.
First roll. First roll.
First roll.
So I rolled 86. I got 2 6s in there.
Oh, you
Hey.
ultra succeed. Ultra. It is, you know that no technology can stop you. You are that scientist. And to your delight, you hear that boom, 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 boom of the radio stop.
Huh.
So you have fixed it. It's no longer just scanning at random.
Well, suppose that's at least one step in the right direction. And I'm gonna kind of like grab the radio. I put this radio together by grabbing pieces of like the remote control cars I've taken apart and whatnot, and whatever Ash has stolen for me at some points. And I probably housed it in like a child's lunchbox, like all the components. So he like grabs the lunchbox and he like opens it up and he's kind of like tweaking things to even get a clearer signal.
As you do this, the radio just seems to, it's very sensitive. You've built it out of a modge podge of parts.
Hmm.
It switches back on. And you hear, "It's not the pale moon that excites me." And
And
suddenly, the room melts away. The scatter technology is gone amidst a cozy living area. There's plush carpets, kind of smells like potpourri, and you are at a table with a bunch of pens, markers, just some schematics in front of you, with Nora Jones playing in the background. And you hear behind you footsteps. Des?
mm,
Des, it's time for dinner.
I'll be there in a couple minutes.
Now you see the problem with that. And you see a hand come and just swipe your pens.
Hey,
As you said a couple of minutes, 30 minutes ago?
uh, I mean, yes, but I promise there'll only be a couple more this time.
Promises, promises. And
Look, I'm
suddenly,
almost done. I've almost got this.
oh, you're almost done. And you see your wife, Violet, perch herself on the table on top of your schematics.
Okay. Makes it more difficult to complete the work like this. Not that I'm hating the view.
Oh goodness, you're doing work at home?
It- I'm scared to say yes to this.
Now, what did we talk about? Am I bringing the work from the hospital back home with me?
That'd be very difficult if you could.
Well, I could. I could answer all of those texts instead of putting it on Do Not Disturb. Because you asked me to be more present.
I did. And I suppose I should reciprocate.
Oh, you suppose, do you?
Yes.
So how
All right.
about... Oh, all right.
All right. I'm done for the night. What do you
And...
make for dinner?
well... tacos.
Heck yeah.
All right. Come on, darling. And as she gets up, she kind of shoves the schematics even further away in case you're having any ideas. Like, whoop.
It's fine.
I know, it's fine. Now, come on. We have beef, and we have chicken, and we have, what's it called? Avocado?
Avocado.
Avocado. Now, dear,
Mm.
don't forget, we have supplies.
What?
We have supplies. The room begins to fade. You see more of the technology as Violet continues to smile at you. Dear, we have supplies. Please.
What do you mean by that?
I love you so much. And you continue to watch as your memory gives way back to your new home. all the technology around you. And a radio that has, maybe your hands were trembling, maybe you squeezed it a little too tight, but the radio channel has shifted. We have supplies for any survivors. We're located at the radio tower. Please, if you need shelter, come to the Achter radio tower. We have supplies. We are well secured. Please, if you are looking for a place to survive, come approach the Achter radio tower.
And Desmond kind of like shakes his head a bit as he's snapping back to the present, and he wipes some tears off of his face. And he's going to grab a recorder that he has. They normally use to keep notes, and he's just going to record the radio signal for a couple minutes, just so he can like bring it to the council.
You are always welcome at the Achter radio tower. You are always welcome. Please, if you need supplies, come to the Achter radio tower.
And he clicks off the recorder, and he's going to grab the radio and just run out of the room.
As you run, you pass in storefronts that used to showcase these latest electronics and trendy clothes have been transformed into makeshift homes, each one cluttered with scavenged furniture, blankets, and personal trinkets. Some areas are divided by crude things like tattered curtains, scrap metal, to give some semblance of privacy. There are a few survivors that kind of give you a friendly wave, but they see, oh, Dr. Desmond Boucher is booking it. We better stay out of his way. He will have words if we stop him. Except there is one fearless that sees that you're in kind of a rush. Ash, could you describe your character?
Yeah. Ash, 25, 26, slightly on the taller side, very lean, and very much rocking a very strong skater aesthetic. He's got a white t-shirt. It was once a it had some sort of print on there, but here in the apocalypse, it's so worn and tattered and the like. You can't even tell what it used to be. He's got a flannel wrapped around the waist, and his what was originally long blonde hair that he kept long for years and years and years. When it started getting grabbed by walkers, he now keeps short. But because of that, it used to pull back, so now it's always in this messy sort of like just woke up tangle on his head, and this like scruffy patchy set of facial hair, and hazel eyes. He keeps these dark loose fit cargo pants and a ball cap always clipped around one of the belt loops. He keeps a backpack with him that's usually like partially open at all times, and you never know what he's going to pull out of there and where he got it. Has a tendency to be simultaneously overgenerous and expect that same generosity. Doesn't always ask when he's grabbing stuff, usually on behalf of other people, but you know.
So what does Ash do when he sees Dr. Desmond Boucher just booking it?
Comes around a corner, sees, throws down a skateboard and jumps along, and then is just kind of like coasting along, matching pace and catching the attention. Just, hey, it's my favorite doc of the epoch. Sorry, man. I know you prefer Doctor. I just really wanted that rhyme in there. How you doing, man? You good?
And he's just running alongside the skateboard, like, no, that was actually kind of clever. Doc of the Epoch. I might have a T-shirt of that made.
Oh yeah, I think one of these print shops has still got a little bit of ink left if you want.
Yeah. You want? Why don't you go ahead and get to work on that for me?
Oh, you really want one? What size?
Damn it! Now I'm in it. A medium is good.
Yeah. Any color preferences or anything like that?
he's just, and you can see he's starting to like start breathing heavy as he's still running alongside the skateboard. Like
Just
I,
hearing
I
click,
don't,
click, 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 click as it's going over the various tiles.
yeah, like, I don't know, blue.
Blue, you got it. Nice. Good choice. You want like a white print on there? Helps it pop a little bit, you know?
Oh my gosh, it doesn't matter.
Oh, sure.
What
Whatever you need.
does matter?
Oh,
And you
no.
hear you hear a familiar steel-toed boot running and keeping pace behind y'all. As Captain
Hey, man,
Lucas
Senor, you should probably get.
How long have you been here?
Ash Ferris, I've told you not to skateboard and do your pop wheelies and all that on our on our communal
puts
living
the-
areas.
He puts the back down to kind of break a little bit and allow for him to interact. And hey, man, sorry, we was just in a rush, and I didn't want to slow up the doctor, you know.
No, you wouldn't want to slow up the doctor.
Yeah.
Well, how you doing, Dr. Boucher?
I'm doing just fine, Mr. Reed. Do you know where the rest of the council is?
Oh, well, Lainey's, doing her Laney little thing. Being all, quiet and all. Running things. Ash, you might know where Em is better than me. I think she went out on a run a few days ago.
Oh. You need me to do a
Days?
run and try and get everybody together?
Who? For Dr. Boucher or for... Wait, Dr. Boucher, why you want to see the council? I mean, I can... And he pulls out a radio from his waist.
I have some news, but... sorry, can we just circle back? Did you say Emma's been missing for days?
No, I think she's been out on a run for days. You know how she is. She's like the wind. You can't contain the wind, Dr. Boucher.
Right. Well, you actually can. There's machines for things that's in with, it's not, that's neither here nor there. Look, I have some news. I got a radio broadcast that I've recorded. Look, and he pulls out his recorder. And he starts playing the broadcast that he recorded earlier.
And Captain Ironclad Reed listens to it. And as he does, people pass, he waves, giving the skateboard a little side eye.
Ash has his head a little low. Yeah.
Now, and he's listening to the recording, but seeing the low. Now, I just don't want you to hurt yourself there. Or anybody else. That's a death trap, that is.
Yeah. All right.
But I can tell you don't need the council for this.
I don't.
I don't. No, we're not. This is... You ever heard of something sounds too good to be true?
Yes.
Now, why is this? We have supplies. Come get them. Come for safety. And it's not asking for anything?
Well, it's most likely a haven, which means it's not like they're not asking for anything. We'll probably, pitch in and help out and become a bigger community.
A bigger community? We are trying to protect the people that we already have here. This is too high of a risk. I'm saying, I'm putting it. No need for all 5 of us. I'm putting the stamp on this. We ain't. No.
With all due respect,
And I appreciate that, Doc.
I feel like this is a decision that needs to be made by the entire council, not just you.
Well, I am the chief of security.
And we all thank you for your hard work.
And my hard work has kept us all safe. And
Ish,
so,
Hey,
but yes.
no, I have kept you. I have all these doohickeys for any walker that's coming. I have made the hard choices and let people go when they did something that endangered the group.
Hmm.
Ash will sidle up close to Desmond and hey, can I see that real quick? The recorder, you know?
I kind of need it. It's proof, evident. What do you need it for?
Well, I figure if I like take it, he won't confiscate it, you know, man?
Well,
And then you can meet me with Charlie later.
Sonny,
we're like
Sonny,
right in front of him. I don't know if
Oh,
you.
that's what I'm like, Sonny, I'm right here, my
what?
dog. I'm right here. Buddy
Oh,
boy,
man.
I'm right
Maybe we
here.
stick over and meet me with like him instead, since he caught that one.
I
My
do you,
buddy boy. And Reed claps both hands on your shoulders, Ash.
This is what I was talking about, man.
Have you had all your nutrients today? You're acting like I
Well,
can't hear you.
I'm a little low on water. Is that what you mean?
All right, so here's what you're gonna do. You're getting hysterical. You're
Oh, I'm
gonna
sorry,
you're
man.
you're
Behind his
gonna
back, he's like waving Desmond back away.
gonna start to like inch away, like kind of slide, like step and slide.
Well, no, doctor, I think he needs you. I know you said something about not being a doctor, but you got the doctor. So how about instead of going and, doing something dangerous, you take this young man here, claps Ash's back,
It's hard every time, man. I tell you.
and
Uh,
get him done. Get him some water.
You think he requires a doctor to retrieve water?
I think Buddy Boy here requires many things, but we ain't equipped for all of that now.
I will accompany Ash to go get some water.
All right, and remember, you ain't doing nothing dangerous now. You ain't going. I, the chief of security,
Yes, you are.
have said and given an initiative to keep our haven safe.
And we appreciate you and all your hard work and all your doohickeys.
Darn
You're
right.
doing you're doing a great job, Mr. Reed.
Much obliged, Dr. Boucher.
Hmm.
Or as the kids say, gives an elbow, Dr. Bougie.
I didn't tell him that, man. I wasn't. That might have been me. I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's okay.
Getting
Uh,
hip on that lingo here, and he kind of
Mr. Reed,
Hmm?
I heard the box lunch is having an early bird special. If you wanted to make your way over there.
Oh, the box lunch? I think early bird. You call me old, Doc?
No, no, I'm not calling you old.
Hmm.
The calendar calls you old.
There it is, man. Run.
he just runs with Ash.
And you see Reed just still holding the sides of his uniform, just kind of gazing after, and then he sees, now don't get on that death trap again, Ash Ferris.
Okay, man.
And
Click, 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 click,
as
click, click, click.
you are running,
Immediately.
Sylvie, you watch these two begin to go by. Could you please describe your character? You had been in the shadows, kind of observing Reed. But wow, what you've learned.
I've heard, have I heard all of this conversation or?
Yes, you have
Okay,
heard
so I've
all of
heard
this
all of
conversation.
it. Okay. I've made sure to kind of keep up, the whole time then. And as, our lovely head of security disappears, um, I'm going to approach the doctor. Doctor? And as she
Yes.
approaches, you're going to see Sylvie Rose, who is about 5'6", kind of lanky, but not in the way that like the wind would blow you over. Um, Brown hair, wavy, and even though we are dealing with like an apocalypse situation, she does have a side shave and she has like a lip stain. So even though we're in this apocalypse area, where resources are very finite and hard to come by, you can tell that there is still a sense of trying to stay human, I guess, to kind of allow for those moments of self care. Um, but also, she has a bag around her that is completely full of pockets, and her vest is full of pockets. So not only does she like look super like on point for the end of the world, she is definitely ready for whatever. Now, doctor, not to eavesdrop, but I heard you talking about some radio tower, was it?
Oh, hello there, Miss Rose. You say not to eavesdrop, but it seems like you already have.
Well, I mean, it is one large area after all, and it's Miss Willard. Sorry, Sylvie Rose is my first name. Together, mind you. Don't
My
split 'em up.
apologies, Miss
But
Willett. No disrespect meant.
perfectly fine. Don't worry about it, Doctor. Now, about that tower?
Yes, well, I have some news about a tower that I am trying to not make entirely public. I just want to bring it to the council for
Well, probably shouldn't have said it out loud, should you?
he, the old man kind of made me.
Ah, didn't see him put a gun to your side or pull out a weapon, so he made you.
Miss Willett, is there uh,
Willard.
uh, Willett? Am I saying that incorrectly?
Willard.
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 Miss
Willard.
Willard. My
Yeah,
apologies. Is there a point to this at all?
possibly. I need to know what that tower. Did they say where it was?
It's the Actor radio tower. I'm gonna assume that we know where that is since we live in Actor right
Yeah.
now.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. You sure that signal's current?
It could be a loop. That's entirely possible. So for all we know, whoever initially made that transmission is no longer there. But it's worth looking into at least.
No name left by whoever was saying
Question.
this
No.
message? No? All right. Well, if you don't mind, I'm gonna tag along. Just a
If that puts your mind at ease, I'm not going to
definitely
say
does.
no to company.
All right. And do you
I
know where the
do
council is at this moment?
no, and that's why I was looking for them before I ran into old Ironsides over there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Sylvie would have an
Ironclad, I
idea
messed it
of.
up.
It was close. You were right. You were there.
Yeah.
Sylvie Rose would know where the like council typically would be on their day to day kind of routine, right? Like, so she would be able to like help guide in the right
Mhm.
direction. Okay,
I think that y'all know in general that it's about
they have like a routine.
afternoonish.
Okay.
You do know that a lot of them can be found besides the chief of security, who is, monitoring to keep everybody safe. Um,
Mm.
On patrol.
on patrol. is usually can be found on the rooftop, just in an
Okay.
area of small gardens that it's like a bunch of makeshift greenhouses, and they go up there to, designate the rations and all of that.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So we would know that. Okay.
Mhm.
All right. Well, I guess we both know where we're headed. So,
We're making
any
t-shirts.
other?
Do you want one?
Did you make it yourself?
Not yet, but planning to, yeah.
How entrepreneurial of you
Yeah.
in these times. Sure, I'll take it. And she'll take it and tie it around her bag at her side. And any interesting news about this tower there, Ash?
Seen it a few times, but I mean, it's been a while. Hey, it sounded like you had preference. Could I call you Rosie, or is that no?
Hmm. Not really keen on Rosie, but you know what? You're so sweet and helpful. You can call me Rosie.
Let me know if it changes.
Oh, I will. Um, I would say they would head towards the mm, mm, the roof. Sorry, I'm gonna sneeze.
Oh, you're good. Le Gardens.
Yeah, we shall head
Bless
towards
you.
the roof then.
And as y'all are journeying towards the roof, you see someone out of their usual area. Maybe she came to get, her daily rations. Charlie Alves, could you describe your character?
Yeah, Charlie is a young lady, about 21, 22, and she's got for the people around here, typically they don't leave the mall, so they don't tend to get much sun, but she's got that farmer tan. She's got the sun and the sunspots, like you can tell she's outside all the time. Her hands are very rough hewn, almost always have like dirt under her nails. And she's probably standing in line for her daily rations, and she's wearing, like, classic just, like, overalls that are just smudged in dirt, and she's wearing boots and, like, a t-shirt. She doesn't carry much on her while she's inside the mall, but in the back pocket of her overalls, she typically has, like, a small pocket Bible that's all, like, that's very old and used, um, and it's just one of the few things she just keeps around. And so she's probably, yeah, standing in line for her daily rations.
What do you do as you see? Now you know Dr. Desmond Boucher and Ash Ferris. It's not unusual to see them together. Usually not at Dr. Desmond's request. Um, but what is unusual to you, Charlie, is Sylvie. You know that she's kind of similar to you, likes to be in her area. What what do you do?
I think she just kind of, like, leans out of the line a little and is just like, "Oh, hi, doctor. Hi, Ash. Miss Willard."
Hey,
Morning.
oh, I got parts for you later. Oh, it reminds
"Oh,
me.
really?"
And he takes his bag and pulls out a couple like stray, loose electronics and cords and stuff and hands them over to Desmond. Now an okay
Oh,
time to like give you these?
thank you. I appreciate that.
"When
I
did you
don't
go
have
out?"
yours with me, Charlie. Sorry. What?
"Oh, that's fine. When did you go out last?"
Oh no, I'm still stripping the pizza
"Oh."
car.
"Oh, that was a good one."
Mm.
Yeah.
You're quite clever, Ash.
Oh, nice.
Really, really know your way around, don't you?
I'm trying. Yeah, I guess.
He certainly knows how to procure things that we need.
Yeah.
"Is everything
Well,
alright?"
Oh, yeah, everything is fine. I'm just looking for the council is all. No big deal.
"Oh, the council? Yeah, I can take you to them if you want."
Oh, you know where they are.
"Oh, always." you would know she lives in the same place the council lives, the big ol' QR dime, which does have rooftop access, and she actually is well acquainted with a lot of the council, not on friendly terms, but professional terms, since she helps with the food and some of the very important resources.
Well,
Yeah,
fantastic.
I don't know where Father Gabriel is. He's typically preaching around here, so but someone else can find him.
Yeah. We
We
should
don't
find
have
someone
to. I
else.
don't know. I don't know if he's got any expertise in any of the stuff you want.
Unfortunately, he is a member of the council, so I guess we need his say so.
He doesn't like all my questions. Well,
If
well,
he's not
yeah,
up
I'll take
there,
him.
I can go get him.
Yes, you can. Man, I hope they have food up there. And she'll go, "Well, come on," and she's gonna just start walking towards towards the big old QR dime.
And as you keep walking, and you go and you indeed see some of these traps that have been set out. And they're very, to Reed's credit, they are very ingenious. It just takes, if you're a walker, the people within are going to get notified. Every bit of space that should be vulnerable has been boarded up, placed with scrap metal, and slowly approach the rooftop. You go up through the stairway, and you begin to see small gardens growing in cracked flower beds and abandoned lanterns. The survivors have created makeshift greenhouses out of plastic sheets and broken glass, hoping to coax life from the desolation. From up here, you can see the devastated townscape of Achter stretching out below. The broken streets appear to contain the silhouettes of people, but there's something with their uncanny shifting, their way of moving that lets you know what really lays down below. The undead, the shadows of who people used to be. You can even hear a faint growl from the ones attempting to get into the mall itself. But they soon amble away. And you see parts of the council. Sitting in a circle.
Mm.
They appear to be going over papers, probably to discuss the distribution of equipment this week. Marlene Kessler sits at the table's head. She is one that keeps her clothing rather plain. Hair kept back with the headband. You also see the medic of the Haven, Zoe McAllister. She keeps a rather feminine air about her. Her dress has been attempted to be made presentable as best it can. She has a bit of a coat, a lab coat, even though she is no doctor. She is the one currently that has the most medical experience. You also see Father Gabriel Morris. He sits politely with his hands in his lap, nodding along with whatever Marlene is saying. Thin man, graying beard. His robes have long since decayed.
Do we just interrupt? I don't want to. I want to be rude. You know what? This is important news.
You got this.
And they all just kind of start a little bit, except for Marlene. She's very similar to you in a way, Desmond, where very professional. She simply looks up.
Good day to you, Miss Kessler, Father Morris, Dr. McAllister.
Oh, well, sweetie, I'm no doctor. I'm just, I was a nurse. But well, I guess you could call me doctor if you like. Are you all right? Do you need? You look a little. Ash, are you okay? You look a little peaky there, darling.
Oh, damn, we're seriously getting water.
I'm good. Just waft over the city, hit me all at once, you know.
You need water yourself? Well, there's a hose right there. Take a little sip. Do
Thanks.
not take the sip. Marlene raises one eyebrow. Water is precious. You would let some go to waste if you took it straight out of the hose.
Not
Go
incorrect.
Go find something to get some water in. Fill it, then turn off the hose. We are not juvenile children in a land of luxury and infinite resources.
Yeah, you're right.
Without any word, Sylvie Rose has a metal cup, like you carry it like the Ren Fair, but it's like one of those metal camping cups, tied to her bag, and she'll untie it and hand it to Ash, just to make things a little easier, darling.
Nice.
We don't want to waste any resources. As she takes a glance over at Kessler, and then back towards Ash.
Not used to eyes. It's just like, oh, all right, I'm so sorry. Yeah. Hey, thank you. Feels very, very like as best you can with a hose, like a
Now, what kind of nozzle is on this hose is the real question.
Yeah, right.
It's
Roll for water.
actually, you know what? Let's make this a little survival roll. Let's do that. Let's
Oh,
do
here we
just a
go.
little survival because you're getting water to survive.
They throw Ash off the roof.
This is a very serious game.
You have failed. Kessler just walks over, yeet.
God.
I do have 2 6s in there.
2 6s? It was, in fact, one of those nozzles that sprays out. But Ash, you've made this mistake before. You know you know what will happen. And so you adjust the nozzle so that you can very easily just get a drink.
Filters it in, does have a quick just moment, turns the back and like out of the hose, and then puts it all away.
Now, you know that there is an order of which to meet with us.
Of course, I'm aware, but I have some very important news that I felt you would want to be privy to.
I see. Should we gather the rest of the council?
Man.
Yes, I feel like that would be most wise.
Very well. And Kessler picks up a radio, totally purple, just like my phone.
Yeah.
Oh, she does not do that. Council, please convene on the roof. We have, and she raises another eyebrow, a very important issue that needs to be brought to our attention. Please let everyone know that their distribution of materials will be delayed for this very important announcement.
Oh, damn.
Brutal.
I mean, we can wait until all this stuff is...
Language, my son, language. Just
Just
because
sit
we are
down.
in the... We are not damned, sir.
No.
We are still here surviving today. And I need you not to forget that. There is always hope.
Yeah. You know, when I say damn, I don't mean weird. It's just it's an exclamation, Father.
And I hope that you know that your words, as illustrious as you are, can have an impact. There's very impressionable people in our haven.
Hey,
And right you are, Father. I
Father,
think
I have
the
a
good
question.
Oh, yes, Charlie, and yes, Sylvie.
I was just gonna sing some praises about the Father here, reminding us in, these awful, awful, horrible times how to keep going. Thank you, Father. I think the good doctor was just so excited, with everything going on. And after you, Charlie, sorry, didn't mean to get going at the same time as you. I'm sure your question's very important.
Oh, I just think it's while I have you here, Father, you're so hard to get a hold of sometimes. I had a question.
Yes, Charlie.
Where do our souls go when we become a walker? The
Aaron's trying to
shamblers?
throw himself off the roof. That's awesome.
I mean, the good Father, he's probably got the right question, the right answers to your questions, don't you, Father? She's like trying to butter him up too. We're making like a compliment sandwich kind of situation.
Charlie's doing that thing where it's a genuine ask, but also a I know you can't answer this.
Yeah, for sure.
Desmond kind of was just ready to yeah.
Well,
Where do they
Yeah,
go?
Do they stay in the body? Do you know what's going on while you're shambling about eating
now
people?
I am just a vessel of the Lord.
Oh, of course.
I'm just a vessel. I cannot dream to know or divine everything that may be happening, but after much prayer, I can't say exactly, but I have some theories. If you would like.
Oh, I would love to have a discussion on that.
All right, well, I believe that well, this is one belief now. You know that they're in our traditional, or what we used to know to be true. There were several different places that could be found when you went to the afterlife. But now we have a question of those that are out there. So I think there's several things that could be happening, and I'm sorry, Charlie. I don't think any of them could give you peace if that's what you're looking for right now.
Amen.
When someone becomes a zombie, I think it could be akin to purgatory.
Ah,
They're not at peace, so they might be trapped somewhere between life and death. Souls can't move on and just are in this constant state of confusion, despair, longing. I think there's a way to give them peace by stopping what's keeping their mortal form moving. I think that maybe they could become consumed by the zombie itself, by the corpse itself, and that's the reason why these undead keep trying to eat us, because they're craving what they don't have anymore. I also think that maybe they can
But
be
terribly.
recycled. Because you know how all them... And the father reaches down and picks up a rock, kind of tosses it up and down, Man, this is where I wish Reed were up here. He's way more, stout than I am. But when I was rather young, I used to consider myself good enough to play in the major leagues. But watch this. And the father, Gabe, picks up the rock and throws it as far as he can. And it's pretty dang far. You may not have known that this man, with his robes and his rather willowy appearance, could throw this far. But he hits a target far, far away, and immediately a little, not quite a horde, but like 10 undead immediately shift and head towards that sound. Then you see some from further away shift. They couldn't have been in hearing range of this noise, but still they turn and they start ambling. So that's what I mean by maybe recycled. Look at how they all move. How they communicate. So I'm afraid, Charlie, I don't know. But I don't think that they're gone anywhere till their bodies have laid down to rest.
Well, thank you for answering my question. That was very kind. And then she's gonna. I think when everyone was looking at the walkers and Father Morris had been turned away, she whispered to Desmond, "Now, see, Doctor, now he's not even worried that you said damn. So now he might actually help you with your motion. Sometimes you just gotta ask some questions about all this stuff, and he will get very interested and go on a rant."
It's appreciated, Charlie. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. That's why I keep the Bible with me. Sometimes you gotta distract him.
Anyway, thank you, Father Morris, for that.
Now I
In-
done told you,
Good form on that throw.
and you
Oh
hear
God, no.
Reed coming up. He's even shouting up the stairs. You didn't have to bring this here to the council.
It's so interesting that you bring that up, Mr. Reed, because I'm surprised that you wouldn't want the council to know about something so important. I mean, don't you think that's a little odd?
It's not. It's that's not the word I'm looking for. Pardon me. I make sure this place is safe. That's my job.
And you do
So-
such a wonderful job at that.
Now, I appreciate that, whippersnapper, since you want to call me old snapper. So, I don't bother the council with things like, you don't see me going and being like, "Hey, Zoe, I think it's important that we get some bandages." No, Zoe's in charge of the bandages. I don't go to Kessler and be like, "Hey, I think that Asher boy here needs more of his death trap doohickeys." No, Kessler is in charge of making sure everybody gets their death doohickeys. I don't go to Father Gabe and say, "Man, I think that you need to be a pagan." No, he's in charge of his religion and keeping the people up.
You
I
should
have
look it
to
up, though,
say,
man. It's pretty interesting,
who did you direct that to?
It's the father.
I will keep that in mind, Dash. Now don't go distracting him. I know you youths and your methods.
But head of security, I'm sure none of our methods would ever get past you.
You're darn right.
That's
You
right.
darn right, because
So
I have
any
a
form
job
of
to keep you safe.
yes, so any form of lying, trickery, and skullduggery that we could bring to the table would just be completely and utterly useless.
Oh gosh darn it, Ash, did you do some skullduggery again? I told you, you gotta keep your hands to yourself and let people have their stuff, son.
That reminds me, actually, and he turns to Charlie and hands a small like granola bar. Like, sorry, we took you out of the like food line. That
Oh,
was kind of rough.
thank you so much. Ash, I knew you would help me with this. Thank you.
Yeah.
My
Like, Doc,
point.
like I have not heard skullduggery in so long. Underused, man.
Very fun.
Mm,
I think we should bring it
thank
back.
you. We should bring it back.
Apocalypse speak.
Damn it.
I think
my point here is if we were attempting to trick you in any way, shape, or form, you would know it, right?
that Reed wouldn't know if someone was stealing the gum from the bottom of his shoe. And you hear just a very jaded voice from behind the stairs, or rather coming up the stairs.
Ah, Miss Dawson. And our roster is complete.
Yep. You dragged me home. Congratulations. And she comes from the doorway, leather jacket, jeans, and a bow on her back. Am, where you been? I've been calling you for days. You gotta check in. I wanted some peace and quiet, Reed. Well, you can have that here. We got the quarter dime. We got the food court. You need to check in. I need to know you're okay. I know what you think you need to know. All right. Why am I back? What's so important?
Well, I repaired a radio not that long ago and received a frequency, a transmission, if you will, coming from the Achter radio tower. And he will pull out the radio. He won't pull out the recorder. He'll pull out the radio itself. Hopefully, he'll still get a signal up here. And he'll kind of switch it on.
Oh man.
Supplies. Kessler raises both eyebrows now. You need our input into whether or not you want to go get supplies.
Input on whether or not it would be beneficial to combine our havens.
Oh, so you are assuming that you just that we can just join with anyone.
We join them, maybe they join us. We need to know what they have and if it could be useful to us, or if what we have can be useful to them. Anything that increases our likelihood of bringing back some form of society has to at least be looked into, don't you think?
Society.
Society.
Seda-
You know, the thing we had before the apocalypse.
Society died when the dead rose. There are no traces of it out there. You won't find a kind hand, Doctor. You will not find anyone that will benefit anybody but themselves.
Well, then we should probably benefit them as they could benefit us potentially. As she glances at the other council members and then back to M. They might have access to things that we don't, and we have access to stuff that they might not. I'm not saying we just open the mall doors and let everybody from all over the country in, or in this case, in the tower in. But we never know until we look. Or at least ask.
We
Am
could
I
be
right?
diplomats. We could be diplomats.
Ah, exactly. Could be useful as she takes like a really hard look like at Castler. Like straight in the eyes. Could really be helpful in our endeavors to keep everybody safe.
Now I oppose this. And Ironclad Reed takes a seat at the table. This whole thing stinks, and I think I've heard about this radio tower before. And I don't reckon that I remember anybody mentioning it again. Now, why is that? That means that something bad must have happened there. And it is my job to keep all y'all safe. I ain't sending you somewhere where I don't know if you're going to come back.
With all due respect, we do have to go on scavenging missions, and that is not ever a guaranteed comeback.
But it's a bigger chance than going somewhere that I've only heard about and then never again. Don't you see that? Don't you see that? Yes, there's... Every day something could happen. Every day, I'm not saying that, but I feel it in my bones. I say no.
That could just be the osteoporosis.
You're the osteoporoki.
Sorry, had a little truth caught in my throat. Listen, I understand your whole stance on this is keeping the people here safe, but how safe will we be if maybe we don't have some supply that they could have? What if they have a medicine that we need and we don't have it? Or what if, I don't know, our food starts to run dry?
If I
Winters
can
aren't.
like put
Sorry, go
out
ahead.
there, especially since the council might be like taking votes, since one has said no already. Past, present, future, pre-apocalypse, now apocalypse. It's all kind of the same when it comes to like humans and pushing through. It's all about taking those calculated risks. Like you stay safe and you stay stagnant and you're dying. And this totally a risk. And I know some risks are safer than others, but kind of like they're saying, it's a big unknown. And bare minimum, like even if that place did go under and is fully abandoned now, there's stuff there that we could use here. So like big risk, big reward. And so I think the doctor brought it to council as like, hey, we know that you guys make ultimate decision for the concepts here. And whether we're trying to grow as a society, reach out to other societies, expand our ability to communicate, or even just connect, that's a sense of growth here in a world that's actively trying to kill us. So, like, yeah, big risk, but that's what makes us alive, and that's what makes us human. It sets us apart.
I say, amen. I
I knew
say,
Father would say
I
it. I knew
say.
it.
Oh, he's gonna start singing him.
Anyone else concerned that Ash is being the voice of reason here?
Never.
No.
Ash is very smart.
Ash is indeed here to complete a mission, I decree.
Man, I don't like when the Father
Come
agrees
here.
with this.
Come here, child. Come here.
Wait a minute.
Come here, child. Come here.
Wait a minute now.
Goes, like into like 15-year-old mode, and it's just head low and like walks over to the Father and like, oh man,
Ash Ferris,
yeah.
you feel the calling to go forth and explore the world, don't you?
He's gonna pray over him.
And looks at the group that's kind of like rallying for it and goes, yeah, man.
Well, I say that we do not need to hinder this man's mission. We need to let him go and let him bring back the fruits of his labor. You have my vote and my blessing to make this world a better place.
Amen.
Thanks, man.
And the father looks
Hallelujah.
very delighted at Desmond saying that, because Desmond does not participate in services.
He doesn't. He absolutely does not.
Yeah, so that's why I'm like, oh, yes, Dr. Boucher, yes. You know what? If Ash is in, go for it, kid. M says. Because M knows that Ash has experience getting in and out of places to gather things. They work quite closely together from time to time. Just, if you get in over your head, don't count on me. You asked for this.
Okay, well, that's a yes from Father Morris and from Miss Dawson.
Well, we are running out of supplies. I mean, yeah, I can make some bed sheets into some nice bandages, but... And Zoe McAllister kind of looks through the bag that she always keeps on her. It would be good if you are willing to help contribute to helping raise our medicinal practices. Go for it.
Excellent.
Now hold on. And Ironclad Reed gets up, tugs on his shirt. Now, I wasn't going to say nothing, because I know we don't speak of the past, except, if we don't learn about them there past, we're doomed to repeat it. Now, I might... This ain't this first group that we sent to that tower now, is it?
Oh.
That group didn't come back, and we don't know why. And now we have some broadcast? Well, perhaps this means that we can't let it go by either. Marlene puts both of her hands on the table. So, Sylvie speaks of benefits. Ash speaks of supplies and moving forward. Dr. Desmond believes society can be revived. Charlie, what do you think?
Well, I think that it's been really getting a lot more difficult with our crop yields lately. And I mean, if they do have medicinal supplies, I really miss Tylenol. And I think there's a lot of people here that need some medical assistance. So if we could just find a couple things there, get some assistance, and maybe find some new parts. Heck, we might even find another car.
Yo.
My goodness. Well, far be it from us to stop you from doing something you so clearly wish to do. It is 4 against 1, Reed. Oh, gosh dang it all! I don't... Fine. I'll do whatever this council wants.
The iron bends, bro. Look.
Thank
I'm
you
sorry.
all for.
Sonny boy, get yourself over here. And he ambles over to Gash. Just kind of gets the man in a headlock. What you say the iron does? What you say the iron does?
I just did my hair, man.
You did?
Yeah, you don't like it?
No, it looks good.
Oh, man.
And Reed just continues to hold him. Come on, bend this iron. Come on.
Iron don't bend.
That's
Iron don't
right.
bend.
They're darn right. And he lets you go.
Gotta put that on a t-shirt, Ash.
The
Yeah.
iron don't bend.
Perfect.
That is actually what iron does quite a lot. But
Yeah. Oof, let's not bring
no, we're not going to talk about schematics right now. I don't want to
science
trigger
and
him.
fact into this.
But I do hope you remember. You are taking risks. Risks that you have said you are equipped to handle. Do not betray our haven. Do what you must to keep us safe.
Noted.
Now, is that all, or can we go back to taking care of everyone else here?
By all means. And thank you so much for listening to us. We appreciate your time.
All right. Yeah, you appreciate. You call me back to the haven when I'm trying to gather supplies. And that's as what you hear Em mumbling as she begins to go back down the stairs. Ash, you get a little knock to your shoulder, like, hey, man.
See you. Ride safe.
And she stops, gives you a look, almost like she's looking at you for the last time. Yeah. Take care of yourself, kid. And she goes down the stairs. All right, come on now. All right, let's go. You better go and get before it gets dark. I want you back before dark. You hear me? All right. So let's get you some. And Ironclad just goes over to some supplies in the corner. Kind of starts tossing things at you. You have one of y'all each of y'all catch like a little small bag of extra rations. You can also add, unless I lie, you can also add, snap, what's it called? A point to your survival as he gives you just an extra layer to put under your clothes to protect you against bites.
Go.
So make sure you add that to your survival.
Okay.
Now you all come back. You hear me?
We will do our best.
Right, Miss Sylvie Rose, you coming back?
You don't have to worry about me, Reed. You know, I'm resourceful when I need to be. And look at it this way. Now, you can stay here and keep everybody here safe. And we'll wander out.
Right. Miss Charlie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know I never give up. I made it here once. I'll make it back again.
Yeah, you better come back. Some people just don't know how to pick up things, and you're good at picking up things. And I don't know. Look at all those people that can't pick up things. And
I'm going to give him a hug.
oh, all right. Yep. And
We'll come back.
he gives you, and many of you know him as perhaps just this. Some know him as stern.
Yeah.
Some know him as silly. You all know that he will make the hard choice in the end. But there is a moment in this moment where you don't see Ironclad Reed. You do see someone that looks terribly old. And someone that has had to say goodbye often. As he gives Charlie big old, it's a bit not harsh, but just a big thudding pat on the back and an equally thudding pat on the head. But you know, farm girls know how to handle big bear hugs.
Oh yeah.
All right. That's right. You're coming back, Missy.
Yeah, hold down the fort while I'm gone.
All right. Now, Ash, Ferris, you stay off that death trap. Them zombies, they're gonna scootaloo after your doohickey.
Oh
It's
yeah,
too-
I'll leave it here, man.
It's too loud. All
Yeah,
right.
yeah, yeah.
All right. And did you get some water?
Yeah.
All right. All right. Well, I'm gonna. All right. There's some extra gas if you're taking your Jeep. Try to get back. Otherwise, find a place to park. I'm closing this place down at 9:10. All right?
Sounds
We'll
good.
go normal mall. Actual mall
Yeah.
hours.
Yep.
It just says on the closing at 9:10.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's such a specific time.
Well, sometimes you need something to give you a sense of order. Is that all right, Dr. Boucher?
That is perfectly all right.
All right, all right. I know it's all right. All right, you hear me? All right.
Say all right one more time.
All right.
All right.
All right. Now, would you all kindly get off the roof?
Sorry about that. We apologize for the intrusion.
Yeah. I'd say
It's
we'd
used
like
up.
shuffle off the roof as we all go, all right, again. Yeah.
All right.
All right, you don't gotta tell us twice. We'll get going. And we'll be back before 9:10. Don't you worry, Reed. We'll keep each other safe as we're like shuffling off the rooftop.
All right. Oh, dang it. I said it again.
No, it's okay.
It is. It's all right.
Everything's all right.
The camera pans, and are you planning to take your Jeep?
Oh, absolutely.
The scene
How
shifts.
far is the radio tower from the mall?
The radio tower from the mall is it's not far, it's a small town. Like, everything is within 5 or 10 minutes of each other, at least by car.
Mm.
So, for your Jeep, it will be about 7 minutes away.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Mhm.
Try to do some math in my head.
All right.
'Cause I'm like,
Whoa.
7-minute drive at town speed. That'd be less than an hour for a walk.
Yeah.
Are you taking
Sorry.
the
Good to know.
Jeep? Or are you?
It's good to know.
Oh, in case
No,
it
we are
happens
taking the
to
Jeep, but just in
Oh,
case we
yeah.
end up
In
having
case
to
we
walk.
get back.
Okay.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, well,
All right. That's the word of the day.
yes, it is. Be all right.
All
We'll be all right.
Okay.
All right, all right, all right.
Anything to say as y'all begin to pile into the Jeep?
Ash takes
Uh,
shotgun.
Like literally, or you mean the passenger seat?
I don't have a shotgun in here. I just have my axe. So
That's actually a
the
good
same-
question. Do we all have something we can use to defend ourselves?
Did y'all pack for this?
I've got a
Um,
pistol
Good, good.
and a couple of other things. I rolled for 4 bottles of moonshine, if anybody was curious.
Nice.
and 6 Molotov cocktails.
Hey, 2 cocktails.
Yeah. So walking
I
around
all-
going clank, 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 clank.
Ash will put a pair of binoculars in the glove box, and then, do you want me to grab my fishing rod?
Oh yeah, the river's nice.
Sure, why not?
If we have spare time, we
I-
could fish.
Bring some back, yeah.
Yeah. The Jeep was one of the things I rolled, so I've got
Yeah.
a Jeep and an axe
Ta-da.
and toolbox in the back.
I have a tent, which in case we have to spend the night out there. Could be useful.
Hopefully not. But I hope we do.
Yeah, it'd be great if we don't, but in case we do, we have shelter. And I also do have a pistol.
Okay, perfect.
Good.
Look at
That
us.
pizza delivery cart,
Which-
but I think I scrapped it and gave everything to the doctor and our Jeep driver.
Now, of course, pistols will be last resort because they're loud and attract
Loud.
zombies.
A little bit.
I mean,
a
so
little
is
loud.
Jeep. Jeeps aren't quiet.
That's
I
true.
mean, this is also true, actually. We'll drive quietly.
I'll drive so quietly.
We'll do a lot of coasting.
Yeah.
Shh. We just put it in neutral and
Neutral.
push.
Push it.
Yeah.
Just whoever's the
You did-
strongest, just push.
We didn't know the
Go
Achter
around
Mall was on
motion
top of the hill.
downhill.
Yeah. That's how it. Perfect. Look at. I think that's everything unless we're forgetting.
I mean, I
I
will
feel like
pack
these-
the.
I feel like these questions are like slightly baiting, like you're forgetting something massive, but also at the same time, like I can't think of anything else.
I will
We're
take
all-
the extra gasoline that they.
Oh, that's a
mentioned.
good idea.
Thank you.
We're offering, yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
See? Okay, I knew. I was
It's
like,
good.
somebody's waiting.
Way to bring it up. I didn't think of it.
All right, y'all ready? And you see Reed at the entrance. He is in a power stance, 2 hands up, ready to grip a chain that you know is the only way to let cars out.
One for the road.
I'm sorry, are you gesturing for a hug or something? I can't-
Outside,
you're-
I'm leaning out of the
But-
car.
Like you were offering before. Wasn't sure.
No, I couldn't. That was the
Yeah.
that was the outbreak overseer asking because your arms are cut off in the window that I'm looking at you.
Oh no. Yeah. Ash
Oh,
runs out like a big hug.
And you see his eyes go a little misty for a moment. And Ironclad Reed comes over and like pulls you into a big bear hug. Unlike Charlie, though, you are not raised in a farming household. This hug is like it startles you like kind of get pulled out of the window a little bit. Like full of pats, like thank you.
And he starts with a good squeeze back, and then it's gonna try and get Reed's handcuffs.
Roll snap. What are you trying to? Is this manipulation? No, it's a little more than that.
Ooh.
Roll mobility. Nope. Would that be agility or mobility? Do y'all think? I'll go agility.
Let me see.
There.
I'll go
Really?
agility. Yeah.
Straight agility on there. Oh, that's where all my points are, and no sixes. I do have some ones if that matters.
You can. No, not unless you have a stress dice. Now, I will
Got it.
take this opportunity to say you can. I don't think you should, but you can push and add a stress dice to yourself if
I'll
you'd like
wait.
to roll
I'll
again.
wait.
That sounds
I'll,
like you.
I'll play this one.
And he, lets you go, sets you back in the car, and automatically starts patting himself down to
Yeah.
see if anything's missing.
He knows.
He
knows.
knows.
Yeah.
He knows.
He knows.
He knows. He
All
knows.
right.
Sorry, man.
All right. Okay. Stay safe. Stay safe. All right. And he goes over and yanks the chain. And you realize, as you always realize, you got to go kind of quick because that has made some noise.
Mhm.
And it's not a lot, but you see in the distance about 10 walkers shift their attention in your direction.
Did we determine who's driving?
Charlie, I thought.
I'm the
It's
driver.
Charlie's Jeep.
Okay,
It's my
fair enough.
Jeep.
Okay.
No one gets to drive my Jeep.
Oh, fair enough.
We're going towards those walkers, right?
Well, we don't want to hit them, but in that
No.
general direction, yeah.
Okay. Mm,
We will skirt around.
yeah.
Charlie, if we've got the gas and if you want, we could do a little detour, make some noise, pull them away
Yeah.
a little.
Yeah, we could do that. We've got a little extra.
Just maybe rev it up.
Yeah, we'll rev it up as fast as this thing can. It does not accelerate very
12
well.
miles.
I'm not speaking from personal experience.
It's not a fast Jeep.
No, look, Jeep Cherokees are cool. They do not accelerate quickly.
You'll have to be outside, out the window, and just like smacking the side of the car. Get a little
Let's go.
extra noise out there.
I'm working on it.
Oh, just
right.
to get the noise, just so that walkers are like, oh,
Oh,
what's
to
up?
make noise. Okay.
You were
To
like,
get
as if it
them
was a
away.
horse. Like, go faster.
Like it would work. Like when you're playing a video game and you're like moving.
Yeah, you move the controller.
Yeah, you're like, it's gonna help. It's gonna make me go faster.
Man, I missed the Wii when that actually worked.
Right.
Such a validating choice.
Yeah.
I think as we're trying to make noise, Sylvie Rose will like stick her head out the other side of the window and she's gonna whistle, but like one of those like actual like finger whistles. I
Like the
can't do that,
ear-splitting
but there's
whistle.
the really loud ones.
I
So
can't
if
do
we're
that
not
either.
hitting,
Oh,
so if we're not hitting with like the lower tones, we're hitting with the high tones and then like that mid ground. So all the different tones.
So are y'all moving the Jeep away from the Haven? Are you going straight to the radio tower or taking that detour, as Ash said?
From the detour.
Yeah, detour.
All right.
We're gonna use
I'm
that
sure
little
we've
bit
we've
extra.
used like detours and stuff on our trips
Yeah.
before, so I think it's like, well, we have the gas for it. We'll do a
Yeah.
little detour.
And so you do a little detour. You go, and as predicted, these walkers start following you, but they're not catching the Jeep. Not right now, anyway.
Not Old Faithful.
Not Old Faithful. But you do catch, with all this noise, something in the corner of your eye. Another car
Yep.
Is it
begins
moving?
to ride up beside you.
Oh, jeez.
oh.
They can drive now.
And it's not one you're familiar with. You know all of the cars that are in the Achter Mall. This one's unfamiliar. It's, and I guess car is the wrong word, it's a truck riding up beside you. Now, Charlie, roll a survival as the truck starts to try to cut you
Apocalypse Prime.
Oh, God. Is it gonna hit us?
They're trying to cut you off.
So nice.
Is there any way? Is there any way to like assist in this game? Like, I was looking at it.
I think you could try to. You can assist, but I'm
right.
not sure how you would assist in a car.
Neither would I. That's why.
But
I was like,
what I will
Survival's my
say,
best skill.
what I would suggest is perhaps you could do something to distract the other drivers.
like
Good act.
By the way,
Also,
other
Molotov
drivers?
cocktails.
Are there multiple vehicles coming up to us?
Hey, Bryn, what was that?
No. No, I don't know what you're talking
God.
about.
I feel like we're being immediately attacked out of the gate. Like, what's
It's
going
so funny. Look, we've got an episode count. We gotta wrap this up.
Just speed running through this thing.
I
I
do have
missed
the
what
talent
Bryn
of a
was
speed
saying.
freak.
What did she say?
You could try to do something to distract the other driver.
Yes. Is this feels like a fireball wizard moment? Should I throw one of these?
What are
Dessert?
the cocktails or
Yeah.
the moonshine?
Oh.
Do we have
Not the moonshine.
No.
Do we have anything with which to light it?
I assume that it just said 6 Molotov cocktails, and I assume that
Yeah.
that means that it's
Oh.
Yeah.
the items that
That-
create it. So like a match, a piece of whatever to set on fire, and a bottle.
Heck
So I
yeah.
would have all of those things. So, well, and some of my moon, but they are two separate things, so I don't have to use my moonshine to make a top cocktail. Let's go. As Charlie's trying to like avoid being cut off. My goal is survival. I am going to Molotov cocktail from the back seat into the bed of this pickup truck.
All
Go.
right. Let's go. Let's go.
Yeah.
Roll
I
survival.
provide assistance to our driver. I'm a speed freak in my talents,
Oh.
and so I normally get bonuses to driving. This is not my car though. Could I give that mobility bonus to our driver Charlie?
Describe how you would do it.
I was thinking kind of the traditional, useless, helpful side seat driver like you see in movies, where they're just like, "Look out!
Go here.
Something coming up!" and
Yes.
just like
Yeah.
pointing out hazards on the road. And as a vehicle comes in, is like, "They're right next to us."
Yes.
Exactly what you're talking about, yeah.
I love the idea that you're just hanging on to that.
Oh yeah, I'm prepped. So just pointing out like divots in the road, any obstacles that are coming up, stuff that Charlie probably already sees, but
So what are the things
actors
I
need
will be
extra
adding?
lines, right? And it
So
shows
what
the
can she add to her
drama.
role?
I have down a +2 to mobility.
Okay. Oh,
If
there
I
we go.
can
All right.
pass that to her.
All right.
That's awesome. And then do I add anything from the distraction, or is the distraction going to help in the next thing?
I think I have to roll for that myself.
Yeah, you have to roll for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think they're two separate
Mhm.
things. It's just a kind of you're trying to like maneuver, and then I'm also trying to quite literally set them on fire to stop them.
Yep.
I rolled 8 d6s and got 1 success.
And that's all you need.
Yeah.
That's all you need. All right. So you effectively stop, you hear the screech of tires in the air, the smell of burnt rubber as you dodge what they tried to do, and you catch a flash of something, Charlie. Something about that driver looked familiar to you.
Mhm.
But it's not fast enough, as you see in the backseat Sylvie Rose winding up to throw.
I got a 6, a 2, and a 3 on you said to do a survival.
Yep. And a 6 will do it. That Molotov cocktail goes in the back of that pickup. And you see as flames creep up the back. And you hear the screams as one person bolts up from the bed and frantically tries to put themselves out. And suddenly, those zombies that were chasing after you begin to go towards that truck. The truck that's now on fire. It's getting so hot, people jump out of the sides of the truck, and Charlie, you swear that looks like one of your old neighbors.
Oh, wow.
Sorry.
And you hear
Sorry, not sorry.
the
She just goes,
scream-
"Whoa!"
Whoa!
See?
You hear the screams. Help! Help, wait! Help us! Help us! Run! And you see the swarm of zombies descending on this crew in the pickup.
Can
Yo,
I get a
what a
better look?
flow!
Is that my neighbor?
Well,
What do you mean? Is that your neighbor?
I think that
I mean, it probably was your neighbor.
my
Not
God.
anymore.
Dr.
you make eye contact, Charlie. And in that moment, you see the recognition. You see a hopeful smile. And you see the moment they realize that they can't escape. And you see and maintain eye contact as a walker, 2, 3, take them down.
Well, shit, that was bad. I'm hitting the gas as soon as the walkers though. Like I think I make eye contact. I see the hope in his eyes and I drive away.
And you
Sometimes that'll happen, I guess.
drive off to a melody, a chorus of screams. But the walkers are now off of your tail. You all continue to drive. Perched at the outskirts of Achter sits the old radio tower on a low hill, its rusting metal frame silhouetted against the pale, cloudy sky. The tower stands like a lone sentinel, half forgotten and overtaken by nature. Those ivy and creeping vines have wrapped themselves around the tower's legs, entwining the cables and wires haphazardly from its structure. The base of its tower appears fenced off, leaving jagged, dangerous marks, but it appears that something is slightly ajar. You have made it to the Achter Radio Tower.